Hello, white belt beginner. This is the beginner's guide to the closed guard. Check it out. We're gonna start with our partner inside our legs. Okay, so this I think is the most confusing part of Jiu-Jitsu for brand new people. They go, why would I end up here? I was once put in this situation the first time I ever tried Jiu-Jitsu, and I was so confused as to why I would be in this position. So let's actually back up. Now that we understand what the closed guard is, visualizing it, looking at it, okay, let's actually think about what it represents. This represents a position where all my limbs, resources, my legs, my core are in a top position on my partner's body. Notice they are above his hips. So now let's actually turn over. Now, this is a position everybody, whether you've seen Jiu-Jitsu on TV, the UFC, or whatever you've seen, and you understand what this position means, why this position is so dominant. In this case, we have gravity on our side, right? We're able to just stabilize, drop our hips, okay? But more importantly, you start thinking about what does he have available to defend himself? And what do I have available to attack? I have, from this position, of course, gravity, but I have my arms, I have my thighs, I have my legs, which are way stronger and more powerful than his arms. So now we start understanding the asymmetry of power over our partner's body. Because our legs are so powerful, we're able to engage our core. Okay, so that's what makes it so dangerous for the person that's inside the closed guard. So now, let's actually turn our bodies again to start from the closed guard. Okay, so this makes this position very advantageous. This is a position, whether you're a black belt or whether you're a white belt, you're gonna struggle with. A lot of people don't realize, sometimes they sleep on this position. They start advancing to all these very sophisticated technical guards, and this is one of the most primary guards you should be working on. And it's also where we start for a lot of white belts. So let's look at a couple different options and principles for what we wanna do, both from a self-defense perspective and both for just a recreational purpose of coming in, training Jiu-Jitsu, and understanding what kind of objectives we're gonna be looking to achieve. Okay, so from this position, first and foremost, keep that guard closed, okay, guard. This is whenever our partner's in front of us and our legs are engaged, this is considered guard. So what we wanna do is make sure our legs are up high on the body. We don't wanna have our legs super low. We wanna be going up the lever as much as possible. We could be utilizing knee pulls. This is our core to break their posture. And we're gonna be looking to always try to maintain and control inside position. Notice I could circle, I could hug my partner's body. Now from here, if this was a self-defense situation, if he wanted to punch my head, I want to take away his ability to do so. Okay, so notice I could clamp, I could start adjusting my hips, clearing, and start working towards his back. Where he has very little recourse, I could start connecting to the hands, controlling, isolating, starting to work underneath his chin to start asphyxiating and all of that. Okay, so back control. For those of you that are not familiar, what else can we do? Okay, we could always also use our legs to attack. So whenever we're able to drag our partner's arm across, create a perpendicular angle, we could put our body in line, whatever joint we're trying to attack. So now my body is completely in line, so I could extend my hips up slowly to attack the elbow joint in this case. Okay, that's what we call an armbar. Okay, let's look at another common variation. We could attack anything that's jointed. Okay, for white belts, attacking the wrist is not legal, so we're gonna avoid that right now, keeping everybody as safe as possible. We're gonna attack the shoulder. If I could get my partner's hands to the mat, this arm's now exposed. I could build up onto my elbow, reach over the shoulder, I connect, cover my wristwatch. From here, now we're gonna attach our whole body to the arm as we turn our body the other way so that we have more range of motion, utilizing our entire core. Notice how I adjust to put his arm behind his back. Okay, nice and easy there.
That's a variation of the Kimura. Another very important popular option is utilizing our legs to asphyxiate our partner. Okay, and we say asphyxiate because it's very important to understand the difference of an air choke, as you see in the movies, okay, and a blood choke, where you're cutting off blood supply from the carotid artery that takes oxygenated blood to the brain. Okay, so whenever we trap one of our partner's arm, we elevate our hips, and notice I'm putting that thigh pressure up against the carotid arteries. Now we're slowly shutting off blood supply to our partner's brain. So notice right here, the color don't lie, folks, as seen on TV. When his color starts changing, that's a good indicator that his brain's not getting enough blood, and he will pass out if he doesn't tap, right? So this is a recreational setting, but it's very important to understand that all of these could be effectively used in a self-defense situation. Of course, while mitigating other dangers. If this were concrete and I were trying to triangle choke him, he might try to lift me up, right? So I want to hook his leg so that he can't elevate me. From here, the arm's also exposed. Jiu-Jitsu teaches us many really powerful things such as those. Last thing we're going to consider from the close guard, as far as both the defensive position and attacking position, okay, is this person in a self-defense situation might be trying to punch me. So cons is the inside position, okay, controlling. I could use my legs, as we were talking about earlier. My legs are in the better position, right? His legs are holding himself up, so he cannot use his legs to attack me. From this position, I could be creating space, I could be pushing him away and doing what we call a technical stand-up to get up and get out of a bad situation. Okay, so that is the beginner's guide to the close guard. We're gonna be understanding, looking at a lot of different, not just submissions, back takes, sweeps, which are reversals when we go from bottom position to top position. We hope to see you guys in class. We love teaching beginners. That's actually what fires us up the most, because this is kind of where roots are planted, and sooner or later, you're going to see tremendous growth. Newer students become like a beautiful blossoming tree. Their whole life becomes obsessed with this dynamic martial art we call Jiu-Jitsu. So I hope to see you guys on the mat soon.